Good morning, everyone. So, we are now into our lesson 2, which is about the role of science and technology to the nation building. So, for this lesson, we are aiming to have you distinguish science from technology. You will also explain how science and technology affect society and the environment, and then how it contributes to the national development and its role in nation building. And then your assessment after this is to create or present the importance of contribution of science and technology to the society. So, to start with, we can recall that science and technology bring progress or brought progress not just for our country but um, in other countries as well or the entire world as well. So we can see that the socioeconomic progress of other countries, as well as in our country is affected by the science and technology and the quality of science and technology. So it brought us modernization that is essential for rapid development and progress of a country. So example is Japan. Japan remains to be number one, stood and remains to be number one for almost a decade kasi their technological development is different compared with other countries. So kung titingnan natin, Japan and Philippines are far from each other in terms of science and technology. So matatalino tayo pero our scientific and technological capability as a country is far different from what is offered by Japan. Okay? So here, remember, there is an interaction between science and technology. Meron siyang intellectual and practical activity. When we say uh, intellectual activity, it aims to discover something new, something novel, improve product, improve the way of living. And practical activity is how we make things simple, easier, and more convenient. Okay? And remember, ang target ni science and technology is to understand and improve the physical of natural world. And technology naman is the application of scientific knowledge. So whatever we learn from science, pag in-apply natin siya, ginawa natin siyang concrete product, application, that is having a practical purpose. Ang tawag natin doon is technology. And remember, when we use resources we available or offered by our nature, we procreate. Pinaganda lang natin yon. Binago lang natin ng konti yung available na idea from the environment or offered by the nature, and then we make changes easier for us or more convenient for us to use. Example is, ang bahay, kung titingnan natin, is parang pattern siya sa kuweba. Kuweba before was used as shelter. Shelter. Right now, shelter din ang main purpose ng house. Pero hindi na siya kaparehas nung kuweba before. Okay? Kasi iba na yung itsura niya, pero the main purpose pa rin niya is to shelter human being. Okay, for the importance of science and technology to the national development. Remember, advancement in science and technology happens. And modernization is a very good example of this. So if we keep on advancing our scientific um, conquest or quest, we can guarantee that our country will have a technological advancement as well. So without having modern equipment developed by science and technology, there will be no medicine. Example is our vaccine right now, COVID-19 anti-vaccine. So, paano siya? So, ginamitan siya ng science and technology. Infrastructure, aviation, electricity, information technology, or other fields as well. So, kung wala ang science, wala din yun. Okay? And then, ang nation's development and prosperity is affected by science and technology. Remember that. So, kailangan pokusan ng country ang science and technology para yung development ng bansa natin and prosperity can be attained. So, another one is it is also a driving factor, key driver in the development because economic advances ng isang country is affected by science and technology also. Example of that is our health systems. So, bakit napapagamot tayo sa China ngayon? Diba? Yung top-notch cancer facility is available or located in China because their health system is better compared than us. So, magagaling ang doctor natin but our equipment, our facilities is not yet supporting or supportive of that kind of endeavor. Education. Another one is education. Bakit magagaling yung mga bansa na yon in terms of international assessment? It's because educational opportunities or opportunities to use different educational resources are available in their country compared to the Philippines. Kagaya natin. Tingnan nyo, nakikita nyo, nahihirapan tayo ngayon sa online class. But in other countries, they have been using it for too long already. And then aside from that, our countries are classified as developing country, meaning to say our quality of science and technology is still under developing also. And remember, ang purpose talaga ng science and technology is to improve the life of people. And because of that, ano, progress and development of any nation is possible. So without this, we cannot stand today whatever happened in the past. So kung ano yung nangyari in the past, pwedeng siyang trial and error and eventually gagamitin siya natin sa science and technology natin to improve our technological advances. So, example, nakita natin na mali yung practice natin in terms of communication. So, gamit natin dati nun is letters. Right now, I can write a letter and send it to to someone from other countries or in other countries, and they can receive it at once in second or in minute. But before, letters was or can be received after 6 months, 3 months, 1 month, depending on the continent, region, etc. Okay? So remember, science and technology helps us to save time and money. Okay? Huwag magtitipid sa pera kung ang ginagamitan natin is science and technological product. Example niyan is yung tractor. Maraming magsasaka pa rin ngayon na nag-aalaga ng kalabaw without knowing that 2 kalabaw or 3 carabaos is equivalent to 1 tractor that can make or that can do the work of 3 carabao for a day in an hour. Okay? Education, diba? Gumaganda ang quality of education natin using online classes. So these facilities, equipment, ano pa? Equipment that we are using right now in online learning are product of science and tech. We have also internet, and we provide us devices for comfortable sleeping, cooking, and commuting. And it affects our, excuse me, it helps us live a better life. Okay? So, anong impact niya? Remember, before, ang road natin is just used or was constructed or were constructed for karwahe. Right now, our roads are intended for automobiles. So, nakakita siguro kayo ng meme sa Facebook na yung mga Egyptian, tumagal yung kanilang kalsada while they are not having yet engineering and advanced architecture without realizing that the karwahe are limited during that time. Okay? And the amount or the way of those carriages na yun na ginagamit before is not equivalent or not or so at par with the way that is being carried right now by 12-wheeler truck, 10-wheeler truck, kotse, etc. Kaya mabilis masira yung kalsada natin ngayon. Next is air transport, which is used by airplanes. Okay. Water transportation, like ships and speedboats. So before, galyon lang, layag. Right now is our speedboats. And then space transportation, that is being used to go um to other places in the outer space. Okay. We have also electronic media like TV, radio, internet, social media. So we used to exchange our information, our ideas, our ano, ideals as well, our profiles to someone else's na dati is hindi madaling gawin without this kind of technology. And then communication technologies can be used to persuade, entertain, and inform people. Kagaya nung patalastas ng RC Cola. Okay? Nabibigla tayo kasi kakaiba siya. Pero this is a kind of advertisement that is new to us but what was being used or is widely used in other country. So yung ginagamit niya is to persuade, entertain, and inform people. Kagaya ng fake news. Ang daming matatanda na mahilig sa fake news pero they are entertained kasi and they are easily persuaded by this kind of information. Although it is intended to inform them of something, pero that information is not really true and they don't have much time or they don't possess the skills to verify those information. How about WW or World Wide Web? So this one provided us information. Kagaya ng pag nag-type tayo sa Google, we type a certain keyword and there will now uh, a set of thousands to million related searches available. Meaning to say, you just type one word or two words and then nagluwas ng 1 million hits ngayon, meaning there are about 1 million available information to support your claim. So sobrang dami, that is why people right now or students right now, individuals right now used to do copy pasting of information. So we just plagiarize everything from the World Wide Web. And then we also organized our technology so that we supply certain items needed by someone else's, kagaya ng Google Scholar. So dati wala namang online library, di ba? So Google Scholar is an online repository or para siyang imbakan ng mga thesis that dissertation, researches na pinublish. Pag in-upload mo sa Google Scholar yung papel mo, it is now visible to other researchers in other countries. So dati yung research mo ay nasa library lang, babasahin lang ng mga tao within your university kung may mag-visit na taga-ibang university. While Google Scholar right now can be read, items in the Google Scholar can be now accessed by someone else's, not coming from your country but other countries as well. Okay? So, ang tawag natin doon is retrieval of information. So, ito yung mga bago or mas organized na manner. And remember, digitalization of information became the breakthrough. When we say digitalization, you search a picture of something. Ngayon, when we were in college, we don't know a certain plant. Ano, I don't know that fortune plant is also called as baston ni San Jose. We were asked by our teacher to bring baston ni San Jose, but I know lang that the fortune plant na yung violet. So, ang ginawa namin, nag-search kami sa internet. Nakita ko, oh, this is baston ni San Jose. So that is digitalization. A picture can speak thousands of words using a search engine. Okay? And then remember, we improve also, the science and technology also improve education and learning process. So etong video na to, i-upload ko. You can rewatch it countless times hanggat hindi mo naiintindihan. And then remember, nai-improve natin ang quality of education. So, kapag maganda ang quality of education, ano ang mangyayari? Mag-i-improve ang economy. So, lalong gaganda ang living conditions natin sa Pilipinas because of improvement in education process. Okay? And its role, the science and technology role in nation building lies in innovation. Meaning, kung walang innovation, paulit-ulit na lang. Nakita niyo yung research. Ang research ngayon ng isa sa thesis nila ay paggawa ng Uraro cookies. Anong meron sa Uraro cookies? Ginagawa na ata yan before. So, paulit-ulit na. Why not try innovating this so that it would benefit someone else's pa? Not just Uraro cookie. Nga may Uraro oil, Uraro juice, ganon. Wag lang isa na paulit-ulit na. Ang tawag na natin doon is innovation. Remember, kung maraming innovation, it can guarantee our country wealth and power. Or both. Unfortunately, nagkakaroon din siya ng negative effects that will be tackled in the latter presentations. So, ang responsibility nito is to benefit the mankind. Kung ang target mo pala ay sirain yung isang lahi ng mankind na yan, so hindi siya maganda. Example, I develop ngayon a certain virus that can affect lang ngayon gay or LGBTQ member. That is not the role of science and technology, remember. So that is against our ethical standards. That is why hindi siya yun ang ginagawa dapat ng science and technology. And then in other countries, particularly developed countries, they have generated technologies with a lot of potential for their economic performance. Ang halimbawa na to, in other countries, they are now harvesting water, lalo na sa mga hot countries in Africa, ganon, African continent. They are harvesting water using wind technology. So, merong isang equipment na nag-harvest siya ng water vapor. Ganon. And that science and technology plays a decisive role in the economic growth. And then eventually, kapag nakakreate yung researcher ng bagong knowledge, magkakaroon siya ng competitive areas in research wherein magiging siyang multidisciplinary. Halimbawa, ang gusto ko lang aralin is about Uraro. Pero it was found out that Uraro ngayon is beneficial to skin, Uraro is beneficial kunyari for our respiratory system, Uraro is okay then in terms of food for our livestock, etc. So, I'm just dealing with the chemical physical properties of Uraro plant, but then it will be eventually becomes multidisciplinary. Masyadong dadami yung lawak ng kanyang mapupuntahan. And that is the goal of a science and technology. It should be result-oriented, meaning yung result niya ay maganda, tangible, nahawakan natin, na-experience natin, and significant, kailangan. Okay? So how about this? According to Leroy Chetty in 2012, developing world in 21st century is possible by means of S&T because scientific and technological revolution daw can improve other aspects of our life. And with such, from a macro perspective in the last century, ang nangyari ngayon is micro perspective. Paliliit na ng paliliit. Meaning, we're trying to look into small items, small technologies to improve bigger landscapes like microprocessor, kagaya ng memory card before, napakalaki ngayon maliit na. Camera before, napakalaki ngayon maliit na. Telecommunications, ayun, may 5G na tayong technology, biotech. When I say biotechnology, the use of animal and plants or living organism for the purpose of improving life. And nanotechnology naman is, it's about small items related to these are the technology in a micro or very minute scale. Okay? And remember, in 21st century, kailangan nating ma-help yung poor people in developing countries. And we have to invest in quality education for the youth. So, kayong mga mag-aaral, ang target talaga ng science and technology because kailangan siya for our socio-economic progress. So this is your assessment task. I hope you were able to read it and submit it in our Google Classroom. Again, good day and Merry Christmas. Salamat po.